The original graph, the parent function, and then graph it. So it's not asking you to describe. So remember, you do not have to describe it. You can just think it in your head, but the description helps you make the equation, right? I need to be able to describe it in my head so I can get to the equation. So my parent function is y equals 3 to the x. Okay, my parent function is y equals 3 to the x. Then, okay, my parent function is y equals 3 to the x. I want to highlight, so again, my parent function is here and then with the x. So I like to highlight so I don't look at it as part of any stretch. Then I'm going to go and say I know it's got 2 horizontal, 1, 2, right? So 2 horizontals, h there, and then I know that there's 1 vertical. So there's 2 horizontals and 1 vertical. So when I do my chart here, I am going to just write the equation, so I don't have to describe it. So let's write my equation. And remember, you don't have to do this too neat. I want it like this, quick. We're going to go like this. Okay, so for my horizontal, it's a negative, so it's going to be a reflection, so negative. And instead of times 2, I know it's 1/2, yes. And then you put the x right there in the middle. For my vertical, remember that's all gone, so it's just my vertical. It's going to be y plus 1. Are we okay with that? Right, coming back from chapter 1.
So what do we do with the 3?
The 3 is the base. The 3 is the parent function. The 3, so we don't, that's why I'm like, don't touch it. That's what's going to get our points. Yes, we're going to get the points from that. So we need the 3, which is used. So that's why I highlight it, say don't touch it. It's not a stretch. That's my parent function. So then you get your points. So my points come from this guy. So my parent function, this part here, I'm going to underline it there, that's going to give me my points. So I know 0 is 1, right? It's always 0, 1. When the exponent is 0, it's 1. Okay? How about when the exponent is 1? When the exponent is 1, it's 3. Good. How about 2? 3, put 2 in, 9. I don't need more than 3 points. 3 is great. We might not even be able to graph it because the graph gets really large really fast because it's exponential. The other thing I put on is, and you don't have to, I like to do it out of one of my habits, is that I like to put the asymptote. So I know y equals 0 is the asymptote, so I want to see where the asymptote is shifted as well. So I fill that in. So if y equals 0 is my asymptote, then I want to shift that as well. So it's not, there'll be nothing here, but my y plus 1 is now y equals 1. So I look here and I shift it with my shift. So then right away, I can graph my asymptote and label it. Graph and label it. Graph and label it every time. Grade 12 as well. We keep saying graph it and label it. So that I like to do right away. Yep.
Does y equal 1 because that's what the...
0 plus 1.
Yeah.
Yep. 0 plus 1. Okay. And then now, do you remember how to do it? So you ignore that because it's only y, and then we're just going to plug these guys in and see where my points are. You might not be able to graph all of them. The exponential is a pain in the neck, but if I see it here, it's good enough, and you try to graph what you can. So 0 goes in, you get 0. Right, so 0, I'm just going to fill it in. So 0. 1 goes in, 1 plus 1 is 2. If I put 1 in, I get negative 1/2. Yeah, we're going to get fractions sometimes. So leave it as fractions, please, not decimals. 3 plus 1 is 4. 2 goes in here. Negative 1/2 times 2 is, can you do that in your head? Negative 1? Yeah, and if you want, you can do it on the side, right? If I'm doing that part too fast, then go on the side. 9 goes in, 9 plus 1 is 10, right? And those are my coordinates. So now remember, it should still have this shape, right? It should still have this shape where it's horizontal and going up or reflected. So it doesn't suddenly look like a parabola or something. It's not going to look like an absolute value. It still should look like an exponential. So we have the asymptote. 0, 2 goes here. Negative 1/2 is up at 4. And at negative 1, it's way up at 10. Whoosh. There you go.
So we just assume it's going to go
Well, that's the high side here, right? So it's got to be whoosh down here. Yes. So we assume it's going to be an asymptote over there, something like that. So do your best. It's hard, and get whatever points you can. That's it. So in comparison, it's not as bad as some of the other graphs we did, right? The other one, the exponential, the reciprocal one was harder because we had 6 points. All right, want to do it again? Yes, we do. Oh, no, yes, you do. Don't answer that. Answer it. Yes. Okay. The answer is no. Are we okay for this one? Can we move up? All right, let's do this one. So then we're going to do, the parent function is, parent function. So parent, what is it? Y equals?
-3.
Oh, parent.
No, 2.
2. That's it. Grab the 2 that's attached to the x. Okay? And if you want, highlight it so you don't look at it again. It's not a stretch by 2. The 2's taken, that's the base. That's what's giving you this. Right? So that's what's giving you this. So I already know my points. It'll be 0, 1. At 1, it's going to be exponent 1, 2. And exponent 2, it's 4. Right? So we already know the points. Okay? So that parent function is done. The 2 to the x is gone. Then I know, okay, so again, I'm going to do vertical. I'm going to do vertical 1, 2, 3. Right? These are all vertical. All those in the orange are vertical. Okay, and then here in the green, I'm going to do, I only have 1 horizontal, yeah? 1. So for my horizontal equation, it would be x, it's minus 4, right? So the words that we were talking about in the other question are what you're using to write your equation. Okay, and then here in the orange, you have 1, 2, 3 things happening. So it's going to be, and that I always like, you kind of just cover up the middle part, and the rest is all vertical. So it's going to be -3, put the y here, and then -1, right? Vertical is very straightforward. It's whatever the numbers are telling you. Plug her in. Oh, wait, I like to put the asymptote. Again, this is a me thing. I say y equals 0, and then put the asymptote. So if you put 0 in here, where's my new asymptote? Yeah, y equals -1. So I graph that first, and I'm like, yeah, well, I'm going to get my asymptote mark right here. There's my mark for my asymptote, y equals -1. Got that, right? So I like to do that first, and it kind of sets up my graph. There you go. Okay? And you're like, look, I got an asymptote. And then you're going to plug in the rest. 0, so it's -4. 1, so it's -4. Help me out, right when I'm wrong. -3. -7, thank you. -13, thank you. Okay, and then you plot it. Some of them won't fit. Like I said, the exponential gets really big really fast, so you fit what you fit, and if you can't fit it, then I look on your chart and go, oh, good, but you can't fit it. Right, so 13 is too low. So -4, -4. -3, -7, and then -2, which is way down here. So you can see it's exponentially this way, so it's growing this way. Whoosh. Backwards, like that. And yeah, 13 should be somewhere there. It gives you an idea of where to put the arrow, like it's way down there, so I do this. And you know it has to be heading towards that asymptote. That's why I like the asymptote there, because it tells me kind of where to head. Good? Do you want to do another? Yes, yeah. Yes. The answer is a no. See the head shaking, and we're going to go, yes, we're going to do another. Okay, so when you're ready, flip over. Just 2 more. But it's the exact same method, right? So it's not, I don't find this too bad because you did this before in chapter 1, so I like it because it's kind of a repeat of this. The chart's nice to review, right? You got the chart, you graph it, we're good to go. Okay, so hopefully it feels better even this time. Okay, so when you're ready, we'll flip over. Should I pause? I'll pause.